Hi Virgos. This is your homework family reading for August, 16th through the 31st. Let me hit the bell. Pretty good right off the bat. Alright. I feel the rebirthing coming for you. And when I mean the rebirthing, if you're not true with the astrology and everything on the part of your sign, pretty much Virgo comes into being reborn starting on the 23rd of August. So you automatically would have been traveling through that 12th house, period, because we've been in Leo. You've been walking through that little bit of that 12th house as you come in to that rebirthing of the time when Virgos are born. I feel like kind of like dragging along or nothingness, just like, and then I feel the sun on my shoulders. I feel a light approaching, in my crown, and warmth coming, back into me. So I feel like, yes, you've been working through that 12th house. Yes, you're coming through it, and you're acknowledging things that you need to. However, I am being warned that some of those things that you have been dealing with that's brought themselves to the surface for you in that 12th house, even though you're coming into that rebirthing where the sun is approaching Virgo again, you will still be dealing with some of those issues, but you'll be dealing with it from a healthier point of view because you're being reborn. You're finding more light in the energy around you. More or less, you're coming more into your power because this is when Virgos start to be reborn, like I said. Now, I'm going to walk through the astrology, and then I'm going to come back at what Spirit gave me, and there's a reason for it. Obviously, you had the Lion's Gate. I have the wrong one. Yes, I do. I have the old notes in front of me because I hadn't thrown them out. You had, we just went through the Lion's Gate. We're coming into the full moon by the time you approach this. That full moon is taking place on the 15th in Pisces, which is also that universal 12th house. While you've been in a 12th house, that full moon will have taken place. So you should definitely have had things being brought to the surface. Light being shed on stuff that needs to be released, surrendered, and let go of. And in Pisces, we tend to, want to be a little bit more emotionally comfortable. So sometimes we disappear off into, I like to call it disappearing off into Neverland. We want to go out and party and forget about the real things for a little bit. But the point is when we do that, when we come back, the real things are still here. And it's also where we're compassionate, and it's where fantasy smacks you in the face with harsh reality because it's ruled by Neptune. So we tend to get taken advantage of a lot of times if we didn't carry ourselves properly through the full moons when they come up in the Pisces energy. Now, again, that took place on the 15th. So things that have been rising to the surface are definitely giving you warning signs of what needs to be shifted, changed, released, surrendered, let go. You are going to have Mars moving into Virgo, your sign, on the 18th. Venus on the 21st. The Sun comes in on the 22nd. You have a new moon takes place in your sign on the 28th, and then Mercury moves in on the 29th. Now, Mercury is a key here. Mercury is a key here for everybody, not just for you. But because Mercury only moved back into Leo on the 11th. And out of being in retrograde, it was still in shadow. It's coming out of that shadow energy. But it's like, I've got no time to play around in Leo right now. Mercury doesn't. Communication is like flying through this energy, this whole sign, in 2 weeks' time. From the 11th to the 29th. I mean, I'm going to get in. I'm going to assess the situation. I'm going to say what I have to say. Wham, bam, boom. And there we go. And next sign, please. Basically. So you may find your verbal communication very abrupt. Maybe even bossy. because I'm hearing bossy. Very much, Leos are very courageous and will say what they have to say, and they can be abrupt. They can be very brash. And with Mercury traveling through there with that kind of speed, just coming off of the energy of the shadow, and it's still traveling with Mars, Venus, the Sun, as it goes from Leo to your sign in Virgo. All of these energies were in your universal 12th house, and now we're coming into that first house. So you should feel like you're flipping over. Even if you have not settled all issues that came from that 12th house, all issues that were brought to light, or helping you to see issues that you needed to work through of that 12th house. You're definitely the energies are moving into the first house and taking it from that 12th to the first. And I'll get into that in just a minute. The reason I'm explaining this is because Spirit is definitely telling me there is some relationship issues going on. There is a little bit of judgment, a little bit of pride, blame, fear, sexual energy, and just frustration. Very sensitive energies, very emotional water energies that are coming from the depths of who and what you are, from your unconscious. But they've risen into the material world, and you're figuring out how to go from the heart to the throat. You're figuring out how to change what those emotional depths have told you and bring healing to that. But you're stubborn in some of the ways that you want to go about doing it. Because you're very stubborn about it because you're trying to overthink it, is what I'm being given. And that is where it's keeping you from truly coming into that full rebirthing, for those of you who are having that problem, because it's going to be asking you to get right with your intuition, with your reason, with your material instincts that speak of that intuition. Because this is all part of your material world, but it's coming from inward out. And I'm just getting the moon over and over. I'm getting the moon in Scorpio over and over again. So I'm going to have to look and see also when that's popping up for you. I'm getting the moon in Scorpio, and I'm getting Libra energy with judgment. And rising above that to be a more healthier, well-rounded person about what you're creating as you rebirth. Because it's speaking to you of acknowledging energies. Come on, baby. Acknowledging energies. Okay, run now. That are in your third eye and crown that isn't quite sinking into you. Some of these energies that Spirit is giving me is talking to you about trusting your intuition, but you're afraid of failure. Some of them are saying that you are being inflexible and possibly thinking that you know everything. Oops. And some are wanting just to go at their own pace. Come on, you guys are the workaholics. You're the organizers, and you can't seem to stop. You're like, go, go, go. So some of this is saying the things that you want to organize and put in perfect, proper place can't get there quite at the speed you want. And there's a reason for that. But you're having issues with speaking your authority as you move forward in some of these areas that are going to keep you, at least for the ones that I'm connecting with, that's going to keep you from, moving forward as easily. And that's just a hump that you're coming over as you get past that universal 12th house. The 12th house speaks to you of your unconscious actions, your hidden self, your self-deception, your karmic debts, your self-sacrifice. I did not catch that. I just felt it, but it went too fast. So you're going to have to bring it back. Hold on a second. Some of this is talking about the way that you are perceiving your reasoning. How you reason with your idea of that 12th house. And there is no reasoning in the 12th house. The 12th house is emotional cleansing. That's really what the 12th house comes down to. It speaks to us of emotional cleansing and getting into a new level of who and what we are. You've got to get past the part of yourself that you don't want to admit. And that's Leo for you. So you're over courageous in this area. You're over bold in this area. And I feel like you're bold, you're courageous, you'll speak your mind. But are you speaking your mind about the depths? Are you really going into the depths, or is that causing waves, bringing up a whole new level of drama? And drama may be coming up because that goes with Leo. Leo being your 12th house is going to bring drama to that karmic energy, that self-deception, the self-undoing. Maybe beating up on yourself in areas that is not serving you anymore is what I feel like this is coming down to. Grief, sorrow, shame. Grief, sorrow, shame. Blame, secrets. Yeah. I feel like things that have happened in that 12th house, which is grief, sorrow, shame, blame, secrets, that you try to keep from yourself, that you're trying to deny yourself. These are the things that have happened. It does not make you who you are. It just means it's a piece of the puzzle that helps you figure out how to better be who you are now by realizing these things that you did not heal before. And you're having to face your own inner lion, your own inner courage with some drama there, and give it true compassion and love. And as you do that, it will start to let you cleanse the judgment I feel like you have on yourself, but you may not be wanting to address it with the fact that it may be situations that you have to hold your responsibility for. As you hold your responsibility, you'll start to move forward, is what I feel like I'm getting. They just keep saying self, self, self. So this is getting right with self. This is dealing with inner self issues. And as you get this, like I said, this is coming out of that universal 12th house, coming in to finding new self-awareness, new health within the personal, new self-awareness, personal body, personality, appearance, your view of life, your identification, your very image. It's the core of who you are. And what you're learning is a valuable healing lesson from your past that helps you find and step into that self-awareness in a brand new, powerful, broad way that's going to, mature and grow with you, changing that self-image into something that's even more, I want to say rebloom, reincarnate, rebirth you into a new healthy way, like a brand new shining light, brand new core, because you're learning through those mistakes. But those things that have come up have been most likely powerful and difficult, because now as they're moving forward, you're putting Mars, Venus, the Sun, Mercury, Ura, which is sacrificing, commitment, passion, action, aggressiveness, fire, your inner sacral chakra, which is how you feel about yourself. Venus is just how you feel about everything, your sensitivities from your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual. You're going masculine, feminine within yourself. The sun is coming from the core of the depths of your inner face off, of your inner skeleton looking at you, of what you don't want to see, but you have to acknowledge to be more healthy, coming into a new awareness of rebirthing and bringing a brand new core forward with a whole new communication, kind of whipping ass, maybe even on you, of situations that you needed to acknowledge so that as you move forward and it really gets direct, Mercury does, it's able to really start being assertive in your self-awareness, in your ID, and in your image. as it moves into that first house and restarts this cycle as you go through these energies. Now, don't forget though, Uranus went retrograde on the 11th, Jupiter went direct on the 11th, and you're coming into that new moon for those new beginnings on the 28th in Virgo. I started to say the 28th of Virgo. Now let me hit the astrology here for a second and pull that stuff up so we can take a better look at things. And then we'll jump into everything else. Going the wrong way. You know what? Let me stop. Stop. Come down here. Since I'm getting a lot of moon in Scorpio, let me just track that for a minute. I mean, I'm getting a lot of Scorpio moon kind of energy for you. And that could just be incredibly intensity that you are going through. Because when the moon is in Scorpio, we feel everything to the nines, as I put it. If you are brand new, happy, in love, then everything is glorious and the world is blooming around you. And it's la la, foo foo, wonderful, crazy, yay, life. But if somebody just did you ugly, they did some things behind your back, you caught them lying, you feel the stab in the back, literally. Okay, so whatever you're emotionally feeling when the moon travels through Scorpio, it's on a whole new level of intensity. And Scorpio is like not the lie detector, it's like what I call Sherlock Holmes. It's the detective. It wants to know and understand everything, and it will dig the shit out of it apart until it finds something to understand. So you may be digging so deep. It could be one of two things. Either you're digging deep at everything but yourself, or you're digging so deep that you're ripping yourself apart. And they're saying to give you and yourself love and understanding, but to understand that's the 12th house, and it's just helping you find new cleansing as you move forward. But so I can see, since they're saying that also, when is the moon actually going to be in Scorpio for you? Because I feel like I'm just like you need to know that. The moon is going to be in Scorpio. Actually, it's not even going to hit Scorpio until the very end of the month, right after that full moon. New moon. Right after that new moon on the 28th and 29th, you're about to enter it. Because I'm seeing it show up on September 1st. No, September 2nd and 3rd. 3rd and 4th. So you're actually moving, you might be moving directly to that Scorpio new moon for some major intensity, since they're giving me this energy over and over again. They're giving me the moon with Mars and Scorpio. Moon, Mars, Scorpio, which is just major passion, action, aggression, depth, emotion, intensity, rebirthing, death and rebirthing, is what I'm feeling. If I pull back out and let's just come back to the beginning, because I just went through the whole thing. Most of your energies in general are out in the outer community. They are mainly dealing with the outer people of your life, outer relationships, the outer world. It is the social ability and social events that are taking place. You are going to be dealing with the most important top aspects of your life, professional and materialistic. I feel like you're definitely going to be dealing with material situations. When I say material, I do mean of physical world, but material that is making shifts in your life. And that's going to be tapping into that introverted uncomfortableness, because it's forcing changes to happen. Now, you do have a yod that takes place pretty much on and off for the rest of the month. Trying to find one that's easy to read when I flip it over for you. That's going to be going from your That's your 4th, your 6th, and then your 10th house. The Yod is speaking of, the Yod is considered the hand of God. It is considered the point of a new pathway. And this is your, your 5th, 7th, and 10th house. This is speaking to you of those relationships, having the proper people that are in those relationships that support your creativity, your interest of enjoyment in life, and getting to those hopes, goals, dreams, ambitions. Do you have the right community supporting you? Do you have the right friends, family, loved ones supporting you? Is what this is coming down to. The relationships or marriage, partnerships of all kinds. This can be dealing with children. This can be dealing with grandparents. This could be dealing with parents, family of all kinds. It could be also dealing with your open enemies. It could be dealing with divorce. Anything you have a relationship with, you have anything you care about, you have a relationship with, from your children to your loved ones to the people that are in your working environment and your outer community and your friends. This is speaking with that outer community and those relationships, as well as the relationships of what's close to you and what matters most to you. Then getting into the ideas of the hopes, the dreams, the ambitions, the self-realization of who and what you are, and bringing it all the way back to that 5th house of what makes you tick in a positive, happy, healthy way. And most likely what's been popping up in that 12th house is those areas that have been fighting you being able to actually branch out with the proper people, the proper relationships, find out how to embrace those hopes, wishes, goals, dreams, and step into the creativity comfortably enough to be able to enjoy yourself enough to be able to create what you truly enjoy. This is most of what that path is going to be somewhat of talking about as it tries to redirect you, because the hand of God is going to be popping up and in and out throughout all of August. But the hand of God is redirecting you into a new path for all of us of ways that's going to be setting us on our healthier vibration. And it may be pointing out things that hasn't been comfortable because you haven't been able to get what you truly wanted. And even though it might be bringing it to light from the 12th house, and then that full moon on the 15th, which was the universal 12th house, then that could definitely be talking to you about areas, being brought to attention of, decisions you need to make. Also, let's see. That 7th house for you is the universal 12th house. So you definitely, your whole relationship lives are about death, rebirth, find a new level of fertility, a new level of birthing, a new level of understanding, and finding ways to ascend these relationships higher and higher and higher. And if they are not moving up and being able to truly, spiritually, soulfully connect with you in the depths of who and what you are, and help you to see and create yourself from a true illuminated standpoint so that you can be you, because we are talking about Pisces filled with Neptune's magic, then you have the wrong people in your life. I'm sorry. That's what I'm seeing here. And they're saying in some of these cases, this is business for some of you. So this is, probably setting the proper rules, walls, and boundaries within those business relationships that don't keep you from not being able to be you. What I'm saying is don't put so much love into work that you only loved work. You didn't love your life. You see what I'm saying? Is what I feel like they're saying. Now, you are definitely having energies this whole time. Which direction are we going? This whole time you are having that 10th house is not getting along with The 10th house is not getting along. No, the 11th house is not getting along with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, like I said, that community is. Do you feel liberated with the people that are around you? Do you feel not like you're liberated from them or stepping up above them, but do you feel liberated in who and what you are to be able to express who and what you are and go after your dreams? Because if you don't feel liberated, if you don't feel integrity in this area, then it's speaking to you of there's a problem here and something needs to change. Because this is where that the north node and the south node are. This is where the Sirius star is coming into you right now, asking you to go after those ambitions and dreams. And the relationship house is asking you to learn from mistakes of the past and redirect them by giving rebirth to proper ones, more or less. You're also having energies of 1, 2, 3, 4th house, and the 7th house are not exactly getting along well either. This is Jupiter speaking to that 7th house. So this is coming right back down to inner emotional security. This is coming down to the karmic lessons that keep you or teach you how to get that inner emotional security by tapping into what you care about most, what brings enjoyment to you, where is that inner child being able to rise and be the big wide-eyed child that reminds you of what life's really about. Is it fighting this energy? Is it fighting the energy of these relationships? Are the relationships supporting you or not? Because if they're not, you already have, I'm sorry, but you're being told of the answers of what to do. Because it's not that the relationship needs to end, but it needs to shift. It needs to change. If they're not supporting you, they need to at least be brought to their attention so they can make the choice if they want to support you, because you're capable of supporting yourself, is what I'm getting from this. You do have a big T square for the 19th and the 20th, also, which is going to be going from Chiron and the moon in Aries up to that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th house, and coming back to that 10th house again. It's over and over the same thing. Spirit just says community, 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 and they're giving me wisdom and success. Community, wisdom, success. If they are not supporting you in these, community, wisdom, and success, to getting you into what you want to be, why are you even dealing with it? Why are you even, allowing the subject to continue to play along in your head? They're saying trust your intuition. But you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But the thing that's really going positive for you is, even though Uranus is going retrograde, your self-awareness is doing wonderful energy with Uranus even in retrograde. Looking at what your ethics are, your morals are, your ethics, your morals, your spiritual urges, your higher education. I call this energy the higher self. That 9th house is the higher self, asking you what you are doing right or what you are doing wrong to support bringing the higher self into truth, into tangible reality. How can you help to bring your true self up and out of you, that authentic self, by tapping into the higher levels of truth, those ethics, those morals, those spiritual urges, your psychic energy, your higher education, your dreams, philosophy, religion? Where are you getting on board with that higher self and it coming back into speaking to you about your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem, your independence, your individuality, your uniqueness, your freedom, and your very awareness of everything that you're trying to create in life. If you are standing in this power because you're being reborn and the energies are helping enlighten the situation, it's going to help make the changes within those relationships more courageous, healthy, and balanced, is what they just said to me. Now, with that being said, let me see what the cards have to say for you, Virgo. Let me just tell you, it's definitely a time of transformation. This is more than just the regular Lionsgate energy. That's also because, that's what I forgot to leave out, it's very important for you to be getting right with yourself as much as possible before September, because Othala is going to be coming into the astrology on the 28th. Othala is a rune, and it's the rune of sacred space. It asks you to get right with your true sacred self. That to see the bigger picture, to understand the bigger depths of it, and to realize this is the vessel that nobody can take away. This is the power that nobody ever had the right to take away. You reside within this vessel. Do you know who you are? And if you accidentally gave pieces of it away, go get it back. It's yours. No one ever had the power to take it from you. You just didn't realize that you accidentally gave some of that energy away. And that energy is going to not be getting along with the Sirius star and the sun, which will be in the Sirius star will be in Cancer, which will be in that 10th house for you again. And it will not be getting along with your self-awareness. The Othala energy will not. It will be asking you to do something that's going to be more difficult for you to understand or step away from. But it will be asking you to see another level of God's consciousness. You know, if you look at it from a point of view of a yod, because yods are God's consciousness, it's the finger of God, the brand new pathway being directed for you. Othala is coming in with the Sirius star sitting on top of the North Node, telling you everything you need to learn about these relationships in the proper community that you are carrying in your life in order to move forward in positive ways that support you and your ambitions, your goals, your dreams. And it's not going to be getting along with that self-awareness, because are you allowing yourself to go with other people's dreams, is what I feel. The very first card out. Be true to you. I think that's pretty much what I was just saying, but, you know. Let's see what else. Considering the butterflies have all been talking right now. That's too many. What else does Virgo need to hear? Religion and spirituality. This has been coming up for a couple people because the butterflies just have been coming up. I rarely ever use this deck, but they are coming up this month because of the level of transformation that's taking place. This is religion and spirituality. Now, this could be dealing in two different ways. This could be coming into a new level of understanding religion and spirituality in general, and actually connecting that into your life in this new level. But I feel that this one, I mean, look at it. The outside is shadow and courageous energy coming through. I feel like this is talking to you about stepping in to the authentic power of you. Stepping into the soul fire, stepping into the oneness, stepping into a new understanding of spirituality by getting more deeper, more right, more authentic with self, having courage to just burn through those black energies, burn through those darker energies. This could be talking to you of just getting right with you, being true to you. Whoa. What else does Virgo need to hear? You are stronger than you think you are. You've got to believe in you before anybody else is, babe. You have to believe in you, and some of those things you might have been learning over the past month as you were going through that 12th house might have been difficult. But if you don't believe in you, how is anybody else going to support you? You have to first... No, that's definitely... Oh, yeah, it is. You guys are so brilliantly smart. They're like, I actually heard, I know. This is telling you that, you know, you are stronger than you think you are. And what they gave me is retirement. And that's why I was like, no, this is wrong. But they are saying no. And that's why I said they're so brilliantly smart. Be true to you. Release what's not working for you. Get into your courageous. Get past your shadow. Come into the truth of who you are. A new level of spirituality. A new level of soulfulness. You're stronger than what you think you are, which means you can rebirth. Retirement says, I surrendered it, I let it go, and it's no longer part of my life. I retired all of that baggage. And I'm ready to move forward. And they're showing self-employment is the next one. Self-employment could be for some of you coming into a brand new career, a brand new lifestyle, you know, taking major changes. But self-employment in the way that this has all been reading may also mean, you know, truthfully putting the power into yourself first. Virgo, 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 Virgo. Earth magic. Why not? Earth magic. Stop trying so hard to get everything perfectly organized and right. This should be effortless. This is something that's going to come and flow through you anyway. This is something that's going to happen anyway. Just like the changes of life. Just like the seasons of life. They happen on their own. Just work each day, day by day, and allow it all to effortlessly come forward. Because the more you're fighting yourself, the more you're actually causing problems. Release. This is like, it may be talking about a whole year of things that you may be talking about. It may be talking about waiting right until we're coming into the fall, too. I mean, this just reminds me of autumn. This reminds me of when everything starts to fall away again. You might be looking at this around Halloween time, of actually having the release finally finished. But this is letting the bullshit fall away. And I really feel like what I was saying last is letting the bullshit fall away. Effortlessly know that you're doing what you need to do and let the bullshit fall away. And it will help you get what you need to be getting, or going where you need to be going. Virgo. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Come on, honey, that's a volcano. This is telling you to get involved and connected with your inner fire. Trust your inner fire and allow that explosion to come through. But allow it to come through and be healthy as it does. Allow you to tap into the fire, but tap into your true self without it becoming an explosion that becomes a bad thing. This is saying tap into it and bring it out like the lava that's coming down, not an explosion going everywhere, because you were told this needed to be effortless. This was a release. You don't want it to be a blow up. If you hold on to things too long, they will come back and they will blow up. Shine, honey. You're being reborn. Allow yourself to know that you're coming through this change. You're sifting into a brand new beginning. You're changing things. You're letting go of things. You're releasing things. Shine. Trust your inner soul fire. Trust your inner radiance. And trust your intuition. Trust your true core of who you are. Trust the depths of who you are. No, that was tricky. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. I do feel like you're still scattered, or you're going to be scattered for a lot. And they are trying to tell you you need to ground yourself and not be as scattered. This is take time. I see this as take time for an outside ritual. Take time for meditation. Take time to break away. This is why they were giving me the scattered energy. This is saying you need to take time to truthfully, deep down, give yourself the right and the responsibility. Give the responsibility to the soul that it deserves, and give it some time to communicate with you. Go into a meditation. Get deep with some of that. Take time out in a park. Get away. Turn off the cell phone and turn off the friends. Turn off everybody and take a little bit of time to yourself so that you can really listen to what it is you want and you need. Will help clear that scattered energy that I was feeling right before it was coming through. Okay, too many? Nope. Is there anything else here? If there's anything else here, let me know. Very same kind of idea. This is more or less telling you to take the invocation and allow that ritual to take place. Take the time. If it has to be a meditation, take the time for the truth, to take the ritual, take the meditation, go in for the invocation, have your higher self come in and actually communicate with you. But they're also giving you a vision quest. Like I was saying, go outside, get with nature, have an open-eyed meditation. Allow the universe and the energy and the oneness to help you get all of this sinking into here. This is take that time, ground yourself, get really deep in earth with your soulfulness so that you are making these right decisions at this time, so that you're getting in the right direction as you continue to move forward and start this new cycle. So it's not a new cycle again, it's a brand new cycle. Let's see, one last thing. Considering I hear you calling to me, what does Virgo need? Nope. I don't have any heat. If I was wrong, let me know. Virgo. There's another one here that's meant to come with it. That's why I haven't showed it to you. Alright, this is from my I Ching deck. What I'm getting is the darkening of the light. This is speaking to you of being receptive, yielding, and let the intuitive and the womb come in and come into place. This is also speaking to you of autumn, so something should be happening to you around that Halloween time, this autumn time that's coming in, because I've had it come up twice now. This is the clinging fire, the radiance, finding the phoenix from within. This is maintaining that low profile, but looking inward fast, caution, and moderation. So you can get past the difficulties and find the self-protection that you need as you're learning to give away with radiance. Then, she's rebirthing from the dark. And what did I say? The moon? I'm feeling Scorpio energy. I feel that this is a brand new intensity of coming into self. This is also coming with gathering together. This is the joyous lake. This is sexual pleasure and explosive energy. It is open. It is fire. It is autumn again. It is receptive, yielding. and intuitive. It is, again, that giveaway to open from the womb. It is massing, unifying, combining of the forces. The sun is greater. The sun is greater than the parts. This is remembering the sun is greater than the parts. The sun is the star that keeps everything warm. The sun is the star that keeps everything warm and provides light for all of us. You have the sun coming into your sign. You're being provided that dark and the sun. You're getting that eclipse at this same time to go through and completely bring something new forward. This is also like an effortless lake coming up out of you, or streaming from out of you, in one sense. I feel like this is definitely bringing you to a brand new, like embarking on a brand new healthy path come Halloween time, autumn time. Taming the power of the small. This is also self-restraint, self-care and preparation, resourcefulness, minor impendence. Adaptability. It is the gentle wood from within, penetrating and influencing as it brings the transformation from death forward to a brand new rebirth. This is bringing up the creative power and strengthening with inspiration. It's a spider web, people. It's a spider creating its web. I think that tells you everything you need to know in the next couple months. What web are you spinning? What web are you spinning? From the future? From the past? Are you creating the same? Are you spinning the same web